Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Just a little preface, I did try to do an unboxing video the other day with most of these items, however I had a lot of issues with it. My camera fell over twice during the recording, unfortunately, off its tripod mount, and my phone died in the midst of it. So I only have one thing to actually unbox, which is this envelope. The rest of it is undone, so it's going to kind of like be a haul slash whatever. However, in the future, I did want this to be a kind of like a Feldpost Friday thing, so videos like this I think I'll do on and release on Fridays. So anyways, let's just get right into it. This is the only thing that's actually left to be unboxed, but I'll show you what else I got. It's pretty much all World War II, mostly death cards, but there's some other stuff here, and looks like we got something from the seller in here too, I guess. Interesting. See what that is later. Anyways, this is the death card from the seller. Here's the back. And again, if you've been watching the channel at all, I have a series for the death cards that I'm starting, so I'll be going into that later. These will all get covered in more depth. This is just kind of a look at what we've got today. He was an Obergefreiter in an infantry regiment. Karl Hofpointner. Very nice. You can see this award ribbon there. He was killed on the 30th of September 1942. At the age of 22. Pretty sure I picked this one up because of the price. But yeah, Iron Cross second class. Very nice. And the Ost medal. Or Eastern Front medal. Very cool. Very cool. Just a quick look at the back again. Nice 4-panel there. Alright, now I'm going to try and do this all as how it came from the sellers. So this came from a seller in France. It's mostly death cards. There is one photograph. Here you can see the soldier. Or, well, see, this is, I posted it to a forum too after I just got it last night. Some mixed reviews on what people think. It does have the Deutsche Wehrmacht armband, which would normally mean civilian service, but as you can see, he is in a Wehrmacht uniform. However, he seems to either be wearing dress or civilian shoes. I'm not certain on that. And then also, the belt. So if you guys have any idea or hindsight on what this maybe could, it could be anything really, but nothing specific on the back, just, what is that, Rymax? Ridax. Jeez. Hard to see through the camera at the moment. Alright, now we're into the death cards here. I just basically bought the seller out from what he had because they were all at really good prices. Franz Spiegel died in the East, 24th of May, 1942. He was in a Gebirgs Infantry Regiment. He had the Iron Cross first and second class. Very neat. Is that also the wound badge? My bad. And he participated in Poland, France, and is that Greece? Griechenland? Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's Greece. Ich übe mein Deutsch, but not the best, certainly. Nice HCOM backing on this one here. I did show the back of this one, right? Oh, no, I didn't. My bad. I'm terribly sorry about that. Here's the back of this one. Very interesting. I hadn't really seen one quite like this. So, Franz Spiegel. We'll get to him eventually again. In the death cards, I plan to do them in the order that I not just obtained them, but in the order of that the soldiers fell. Johann Baptist Prenzel died in Brittany, France, 15th of August, 1944. Two HCOM backings on the back. If Humble is watching this, Humble Collector, for those of you who are into the military history stuff, he is very interested in the HCOM backings, it seems, and I don't know if you have these numbers, but otherwise, just for your reference, I suppose. This is the back of this next one. It's also an HCOM 708. The other side 703. I think I've seen this one in his videos before. Well, at least the backing. Albert Gilmeyer. I didn't want to have to use flash today, unfortunately, but very rainy day, so it's very dark here. He was an Obergefreiter in a Sturmpioneer company. That's very neat. 6th of May 1945. Wow. Last 2 days of the war. That's really sad. You can see his word ribbon as well. Wow. Too bad for that last 2 days. It's very sad. Josef Schneiderbauer. And this is actually my first Luftwaffe card. I'm not sure exactly. I tried to ask my German friend as well what that might exactly mean. If that was a specific regiment. I couldn't make that out exactly. Something Berlin, the Flak Regiment, but it says that he died in Austria, so on the 2nd of May 1945 as well, so very end of the war too for him. 2 guys in the last week of the war. That's very sad. Another Gebirgsjäger here. Jörg Brunwolf? My German friends can mock me later. I believe that's the wound badge there? I can't really... I think that's, yeah, black wound badge. And then the Gebirgs patch. Obergefreiter in a Gebirgsjäger regiment. Oh wow, he died on January 28th, 1945, also late war, in Prague. Field hospital. Too bad. A lot of late war cards from this one. Kassam? I'm not familiar with that one yet. I don't know if I have any from them. But 5175. Oh, they're both 517, so it must be a double print that they would normally have done together. Now this one's very interesting. When I first saw this, I assumed that this would be a late war card and that he died young. I mean, obviously he did die young, but that it would be a very late war card and that he was like 18, 19. However, middle of the war, 1942, 31st of March is when he died. And he was 22, so... Well, he was also a Gebirgsjäger. Albert Grims. So, that is it from this seller here. We're going to go on to something a little different here. No, I did already, or is this the next one? Okay, so this one, very neat. It's my first set of documents aside from family or potential family related things. What I found interesting about this, was that the soldier, let's see if I can, oh, my mistake. This was the letter then inside. Gonna be very careful with these because they were pretty frail. The other one's more frail than this. I will have to practice my translation with handwritten items. Print is much easier than this handwritten stuff, but as you can see, it's from July 14th, 1942. Get right onto the back. Now this is the one, it's very frail. He actually wrote on the Feldpost card, it seems. I don't want to take this one out very often, so after I translate it, we'll probably only see this once more. And I'll take pictures of it. But what I found very interesting about this one is that he also wrote all the way along the sides here. I mean, he tried to utilize every bit of space that he could on it. So very, very interesting. Very great piece. Hopefully we can get it all translated without any issues. That'd be great. Just keep this stuff over here a little bit, though. Out of the way. Okay. On to some more death cards here. These next two came from the same seller as well. Well, not as the documents, but the... Anyways. What I found interesting, though, is that on here you can actually see the regimental numbers. And I'll take it off camera for just a second here. Which I believe is the 19th Infantry Regiment. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see through the angle I have it at. I always forget the proper way to describe the, if that would be like a lanyard or what exactly that pertains to. I've seen them with other militaries. I actually have a random milsurp item of that came in with a package once, but this guy was quite well decorated, as you can see here. And I'll be honest, I do have to practice my awards here for visual and the translation wise. But Iron Cross first and second class, and the, I believe what that would be, the Infantry Assault in silver, and shit. Sorry guys. Well, I'll leave this for next time for the actual, when I go through and translate it and get better with all that. But yeah, he participated in quite a few campaigns, it seems. Austria, Bohemia, Maren? Not sure where that would be exactly. Poland, Belgium, France, I always want to say the German way, Frankenreich. I love how it sounds. And Russia. On October 19th, 1944, in the East, he died. HCOM as well, 304. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't want to butcher these and take up the whole video on just trying to roughly translate them. We'll get to this eventually, so we're just going to kind of go over these pretty briefly. The main reason I thought this was cool as well actually says what unit he was in. A Flak Battalion 47, but he's wearing Wehrmacht, so I'm not sure. I thought usually that was Luftwaffe, but correct me on that in the comments, or maybe he just transitioned to another unit. 24th of September 1941. Barrett top? Well, anyways, I'll have to double check that, but 24th September 1941. Karl Dimpfel. And Karl Baumgartner here. Oh, maybe this was where I saw the, okay, yeah, after looking through these. Okay, very nice. Try not to hit the camera here. Alright, now this is a soldier's postcard here with the self-portrait image. He's a Gefreiter, Iron Cross second class. 184 is what off camera, well, maybe I can get it into a, it seems to be 184 for the infantry regiment. And I tried looking that up. I believe he'd be in the 86th Division. I tried finding more detail on them. I could not, other than they were disbanded in 1943, so I'm assuming after Kursk. I tried talking to my German friend here. The best we could come up with is that this first line is likely his address, and then obviously his birth date, October 26, 1920, and then that he fell on the 4th of February, 1942. And at first I thought that was Ruslan when I saw it on the image online, but I'm really not sure what that is offhand. So, any info on that would be appreciated. No name, unfortunately. Maybe we can find out someday. Now these next ones, I saw for a good price. Pretty cheap actually, and I'm not really into money in particular, but I do like small items of the era, so I collect some, when I collect, go out of my way to, but if I can find them at a good price, I'll get like stamps and things like that. And this lot was really, really well priced, and I thought it was kind of interesting. So I guess the deal is that this was Weimar currency that they re-stamped upon the National Socialist entry into power. So they kind of they had some liberties with what they would put on it. Kind of anti-Jewish propaganda, I suppose you could say, for a lot of this. Weimar era was rather interesting, so to see how they portray it themselves is always rather interesting. I'm not familiar if this would, Dr. G would have had some something to do with any of this, or or some of the other I can't even think of the names offhand, publishers and whatever. Interesting though. I thought it was very interesting. You don't see stuff like that come up very often, and at the low price like that, I thought, why not, even if they are whatever. So anyways, on to the next ones here. I believe these all came from the same seller than these last ones here. I hadn't really seen one with this background, so I thought that was really neat. The soldier reaching up to Christ there. Franz Bahn. And I can't really make out the collar tabs on that one, unfortunately. Maybe you guys could try and, well, when I get to these death cards, we'll post stills and stuff, or just leave it on screen longer. Gefreiter in an infantry regiment, and he fell on the 19th of March, 1944 in Russia. Too bad. Yeah, a lot of these young guys. Very terrible fighting on the Eastern Front. That's a common trend you'll notice on these cards, is that most of these men did die in the East. Now, I thought this was a different card when I got it. Seems to be that this is a post-war card, or civilians, I think. But they're both 1947, and they're family members, and they're like a week apart, so very sad. I'm not sure what happened there, but not war-related, so kind of a different way to end off this one, because now we're going into World War I. This is actually my first World War I card. It does have some marking on it. Josef Holle. Oh, did it stop recording? Okay, my camera, I could just shut the flash off or something. This is Josef Holle. 13th 13th Reserve Infantry Regiment, Company 10. I did try looking into Mosty Wilki. Could not find anything about it. Also of interest is that he has his saber there. Landwehrman. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. And that he fell on the 27th of June, 1915. So, pretty early war. Again, first World War I card. World War I isn't really my peak of interest, not that I dislike it by any means for studying, just I haven't gotten too deep into it, so I'll take any insight on this. Nice image of St. Michael on the back there, and also some additional writing on the top. Wasn't really expecting that, but oh well, guys. Very cool, though. So, lots of stuff to add into the collection here, and other content you'll be seeing later on. So I hope you enjoyed this. Unfortunately, it wasn't exactly how I expected it to go with the camera issues the other day, but stick around for another Feldpost Friday. Hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.